I'm here with Jan Mooremans of Comsoft. Jan, earlier today you spoke at the Access event here in Belgium about planning converged fibre networks. What were the main points you were making to the market?
Well, we spoke about different ways of, we believe in a synergy, and we spoke about different ways of handling different technologies in one area or in one big network. So then we believe that convergence is the way forward, but there is a way to either do it all at once or to phase out your converged network rollout as well. Phased means that we basically focus on, you can start off with your fiber to the business and then foresee enough spare capacity, for example, to then add your fiber to the home layer on top of that, and as well with your antennas. So in my presentation we spoke about combining fiber to the business with fiber to the home and with potential 5G antenna sites. And that is, you can convert. Network convergence means that you plan it all at the same time, and you can either do that at once, which means a slightly bigger investment from the get-go, or you can phase out that cost by literally phasing out your converged network rollout.
Now, you just mentioned the keyword cost there.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the cost side.
Yeah, well, it's very important to know the cost side as early as possible in the project. So that's why we believe, for example, that extrapolating or working with extrapolation is rather rough and risky when it comes to cost, because you cannot compare all the areas with each other. So that's why, we believe in. I tend to say we believe a lot, but that's because I work for Comsoft. Anyway, so we go from a bottom-up calculation, which means that we look at the area specifically, and we do a bottom-up calculation with our software, and then you can get very accurate results, which are much more detailed than doing it, using extrapolation and just a rule of thumb for all the areas, etc. Because you cannot compare every area. It might be that even a dense area will have a completely different cost than another dense area. So it is important to understand those costs before you actually start digging in the ground. Yeah.
Is that the speciality that you bring? I mean, tell us a bit more about Comsoft.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit confusing because we've got Comsoft, which is our company name, and we've been around since '98. But then we also have the brand name FiberPlanet, and FiberPlanet actually has been, I think we started off in 2011, giving it a big commercial push in 2015. And what FiberPlanet does, it actually has solutions for the initial planning, the high-level planning, the detailed planning, and then also the low-level design planning. So we can add that value to the operator by giving them tools to understand the geographical areas, make accurate decisions on those calculations, then define the most interesting areas that you want to roll out in. And then once you have defined those areas, then also decide, okay, now we're going to start construction in that part of that area that we have identified. So it's a whole, I wouldn't say a whole turnkey, but we do contribute a lot to the whole FTTH project in general.
Well, that's good to know. Thank you very much for talking to us.
You're most welcome. Thank you.